Hello, grade 7 students. Welcome to another learning episode in Mathematics 7, Quarter 1, Week 4. I am Teacher Sharon and I'm here to guide you illustrate the different properties of operations on the set of integers. But before we continue with our lessons, let me remind you to please get your learning activity sheets week 4, a pen, the sheet of paper to take down notes during the discussion.
Let us have first a review of what you had learned in our previous lesson. Complete the table by answering positive sign or negative sign in every case. Are you ready? What is the product if the multiplicand is positive and the multiplier is positive? Correct. The product is positive. For the second, if the multiplicand is negative and the multiplier is negative, what will be the product? Excellent! The product is positive. For the third case, if the multiplicand is negative and the multiplier is positive, what should be the product? That is right. The product is negative. How about if the multiplicand is positive and the multiplier is negative? Very good. The product will be negative. In adding or multiplying integers, we have to consider the different properties of operations. Here are the following properties of addition and multiplication on the set of integers: closure property, commutative property, associative property, distributive property, identity property, and inverse property of addition. Let us discuss the closure property. First, the closure property of addition. If A is an element of integer and B is an element of integer, then this is a clause for addition. Since the addends are integers, the sum is also an integer. Let us have example. Negative 2 added to positive 5, the sum is 3. Since negative 2 and positive 5 are the integers, so the sum is positive 3, which is also an integer. Second example, positive 7 plus negative 12 equals negative 5. Since 7 and negative 12 are integers, so negative 5, which is the sum, is also an integer. We also have closure property of multiplication. For any integers a and b, a times b is an element of integer. This is a clause under multiplication. Since the factors are integers, so the product is also an integer. Let us have examples. Negative 6 times negative 3 equals positive 18. Negative 6 and negative 3 are integers, so positive 18 is also an integer. Second example, negative 5 multiplied by positive 4 equals negative 20. Factors negative 5 and positive 4 are integers, so the product negative 20 is also an integer. Therefore, if two integers are added or multiplied, then the sum or product is an integer. The set of integers is closed under addition and multiplication.
Can you follow? I hope so.
Next property, commutative property. We have commutative property of addition and commutative property of multiplication. The commutative property of addition states that if A is an element of integer and B is an element of integer, then A plus B equals B plus A. The order of others will not affect the sum. Let us have example. First, negative 23 plus positive 22 equals 32 plus negative 23. If we find the sum of these, they are equal. Negative 23 plus 32 equals 9, and 32 plus negative 23 equals 9. So, 9 equals 9. Second example, negative 8 added to negative 3 equals 3 plus negative 8. If we find the answers, some are the same. Negative 8 added to negative 3 is 11, and negative 3 plus negative 8 equals 11. So, 11 equals 11. For the commutative property of multiplication, states that for any integers a and b, a times b equals b times a. The order of factors will not affect the product. Like our example a while ago, if we change the order of factors, the answers will be the same. For example, 5 times 8 is equal to 8 times 5. To check if the product are the same, let us multiply both sides. 5 times 8 is 40, and 8 times 5 is also 40. Therefore, the product is equal. Another example, 7 multiplied to negative 4 is the same as negative 4 times 7. Their answers are both negative 28. It means in adding or multiplying integers, changing the order of the integers that are being added or multiplied does not change the sum or product. The third property of integers is the associative property. Let us discuss first the associative property of addition. For any integers A, B, and C, the quantity of A plus B plus C is equal to A plus the quantity of B and C. Different groupings of addends will not affect the sum. Let us have some examples. The quantity of 3 plus 4 added to 9 is equal to 3 plus the quantity of 4 plus 9. We can see that in the first given, 3 plus 4 is grouped, while 9 is outside. Then, the second given, 3 is outside and 4 and 9 was grouped. To check if the sum of given numbers are the same, let us solve. 3 plus 4 equals 7, plus 9, and 3 plus the sum of 4 and 9, which is 13. Then, 7 plus 9 equals 16, and the sum of 3 and 13 is also 16. Another example, the sum of negative 2 plus 8 added to 5 equals negative 2 added to the sum of 5, 8, and 5. We can see that we arrive at the same answer. Let us find out the final result. The sum of negative 2 and 8, 6 plus 5 is equal to 2 plus the sum of 8 and 5, which is 13. The sum of 6 and 5 is 11, is equal to the sum of negative 2 and 13, which is also 11. Next, the associative property of multiplication. In multiplying three integers, changing the grouping of the integers that are multiplied does not change the product. Let us observe the following examples. The quantity of negative 4 times 3 multiplied to negative 5 equals 4 multiplied the quantity of 3 times negative 5. Negative 4 times 3 is 12 times negative 5 is equal to negative 4 times the product of 3 and negative 5, which is negative 15. So, the result is 16 equals 60. Another example is the quantity of 2 times 3 multiplied to 6 is equal to 2 multiplied to the quantity of 3 times 6. 2 times 3 is 6 times 6 equals to 2 multiplied to the product of 3 and 6, which is 18. 6 times 6 is 36 equals 2 times 18 is 36. So, 36 is equal to 36. Meaning, in adding or multiplying three integers, changing the grouping of the integers that are either being added or multiplied does not change the sum or product.
I hope you are following.
Next property is the distributive property. This states that if A, B, and C are elements of integer, A times the quantity of B plus C is equal to A times B plus A times C. And A multiplied the quantity of B minus C is equal to A times B minus A times C. Adding or subtracting first before multiplying or distributing the factor to its addend will give the same result. And for better understanding of distributive property, here are the following examples. 2 times the quantity of 6 plus 7 is equal to 2 times 6 plus 2 times 7. So, 2 times 13 is equal to 12 plus 14. Then, the result is 26 equal to 26. Another example is 7 times the quantity of 12 minus 5 is equal to 7 times 12 minus 7 times 5. Then, 7 times 7 is equal to 34 minus 35. The result is 49 equals 49. It means multiplying an integer to a sum gives the same result as multiplying each added by the integer, then adding the products together. Next is the identity property. Let us discuss first the identity property of addition. The sum of any integer and 0 is the integer itself. 0 is the additive identity. For example, 5 plus 0 equals 5. Another example, 0 plus negative 8 equals to negative 8. Let us proceed to the identity property of multiplication. The product of any integer and 1 is the integer itself. So, 1 is the multiplicative identity. Let us have examples. 9 times 1 equals 9. Next, negative 14 times 1 is equal to negative 14. It means 0 is the additive identity, and 1 is the multiplicative identity. Last property of operations on the set of integers is the inverse property of addition. This states that for any integer a plus negative a equals 0. The opposite of the given integer is called its additive inverse. The sum of a number and its additive inverse is 0. For example, 4 plus the additive inverse of 8, which is negative 4, is equal to 0. Another example, negative 12 added to its additive inverse, which is 12, is equal to 0. The inverse property of addition is that when a number or any integer is added to its additive inverse or opposite, the result is 0.
Let us check your understanding of this topic through the given exercise.
Complete the table by writing the properly illustrated in each mathematical sentence. Number 1 was done for you. Let us check your work. What is the correct answer in the second number? Excellent! The answer is distributive property. How about in the third number? Very good! Commutative property is the answer. What is the answer in number 4? That is correct. Identity property. In the fifth number, very good. The correct answer is commutative property. Please observe the grouping in the sixth number. What do you think is the correct answer? Excellent! It is associative property. How about item number 7? Good! It is inverse property. What do you think is the answer in question number 8? That is right. It is commutative property. How about in ninth number? Correct. It is identity property. And the last number is good. It is distributive property.
What scores did you get? A perfect score? Wow! You are spectacular! You missed 1, 2, and 3? You are awesome! Did you get the low score? Don't worry. You can always review your answers and play that video lessons over again. Congratulations, everyone! And that is the end of our lesson today. I hope you had fun learning while watching this video. Surely, this helped and guided you in answering the learning activity sheets in Mathematics 7. Again, I'm Teacher Sharon. See you in our next battling episodes. Remember, ang taong sumatuto, laging aktibo.